Alright, hello and welcome back to another video. So today, putting some coilovers in this thing. It hasn't been even started in ages because it's out of retro. So we'll see how it goes. Battery might be flat. Should fucking start straight away, mate. Just need to move it over onto the road because the driveway's sort of slanted and I don't want to have the car roll down on me when we go to do the backs. So first things first, we need to jack this thing up. Took me way too long to jack that car up because I couldn't figure out where to put the jack stands because I couldn't get the jack high enough to put it onto the jacking points. But here's the coilovers. I'll show you the specs that we got in a second. Don't want that to fly away on us. Yeah, so there's a front, that's a rear. They are divorced rears, and then there's your front. Get some tools with it and springs in here. Put a little adjuster plate on the bottom. There's these two 13mm bolts, one either side. Just put a little bit of weight underneath it with the jack and then you undo these two bolts. When you're doing it by yourself like I am, it's easier to undo these ones now and then be able to hold the shock and undo the bottom bolt instead of undoing the bottom one and then undoing these and this just drops on the ground. Even though I don't care about this, I still just don't want to do that. So yeah. I have just enough room to get this one. I don't think I'll get that back one though. Oh, maybe. There we go. Every time I try and film a video it wants to be windy, but as you've seen I just dropped a little bit. That was because I didn't put the jack underneath it. I forgot to put the jack underneath it after literally just saying. So now you want to undo this bottom one and then like I said I just hold the shock so that it doesn't fall. And then it'll come out. The reason this is easier to do with two people is you can get your friend to stand on this as well and then you can pull the spring out, but I don't have anyone to help me, so instead I just get this and then we just stand to the side and pry it out. So once it's at that point, just sit this down, you should be able to stand on it and pull it out yourself. Just like that. Just clean this up a little bit. If you have some parts cleaner sprayed in there, clean it up a bit, but I don't. And just make sure that that inside rubber that's on there comes off. On the other side it didn't come off for me, but now you just set the spring to what you want and then we just slide him in there. I just lost the new rubber. Slide him back in there and yeah, like I said, just set it to what you want. This is the max low with both adjuster rings. Some people even I've seen have taken this bottom ring off to get even a little bit lower, so we'll see how it goes with the rings as low as they go. And yeah. Alright, so on the other side what I did was I lined it all up and jacked it up, and then when it was up I bolted this in, but for some reason this one wouldn't go far enough over. As you can see it's hard up against there before I could actually put that bolt through. So this time what I'm doing, put the bolt through first and then just make sure your spring lines up the whole way up. So watch your spring and just pull this out to line up with the holes. These come with new bolts for in here if it wants to focus. These are 12s instead of 13s. So you just chuck them on, and then that's the back done. As long as you have it set how you want, set your dampening, set your height. Now it's time for the moment of truth of will it be too low, because that's how the wheels used to sit before. And now it's jacked up and it should like that. Right, so now it's time to start doing the front. Best thing about a rattle gun is I don't have to freaking loosen nuts first. See how much of a pain this is going to be to get off. Oh, it comes straight off. Look at that. Alright, so first things first, just want to pull everything out of the way. It might get in the way, like all your cords. And then your brake line. Oh, a bit of a pain to do with one hand. There we go. Right, so after you do that, just undo those 16 mils. Right, so now you've removed the sway bar link. There should be just an 18 here, and just put the jack under it again, because it'll get that out. Feels a bit tight. Good luck if you're using a spinner. Alright, now we undo these. Just leaving them in a little bit, so that then I can grab it with the other hand and pull it out. Alright, so these ones don't move like the old ones do, so I'm going to fit it first before we put it in, because it might be a pain to line up otherwise. These all come with new hardware as well. So I just ugga-dugga that thing on there, and then we'll put the coilover in. Alright, so now we're going to chuck the new one in. You just need to make sure that this bolt here at the front is the one on the engine side, just for your adjustment up the top. Just like so. And now we have to jack this up, and it'll sit perfectly against this ring up the top, but there is a locator at the back, just there, that needs to go in that gap. Okay, so I basically lined it up by hand. This isn't too heavy, and then just kept using this to support it. But as you can see, I don't know if the lighting will work in there. It's sitting flush on there now. Now we just need to tighten that up. Alright, so once everything's tightened up and this is in, this is a bit of a pain. I just jacked it up from here, put these bits of timber on top of my jack so I'll get that a little bit higher, and lined it up. And make sure you tighten these, and then that's this side done. Put the wheel back on. So this time it is done a little bit different. I put this in first and then line the top up. Way easier than trying to jack it off there. So do that, put that in first and then put it in the top. Still very easy to put into the top, and yeah, now it's in there and I don't have to try and line it up with this, which was a pain. So.